Over the years, UFO sightings have not just increased in numbers, but also size and aftermaths that follow soon after. Let's look at some of the most concerning UFO sightings that left onboard passengers in a state of terror. In 2019, while a passenger was traveling by plane over Florida, they encountered an unbelievable sight. As they were flying over the clouds, the passenger spotted a disturbance in some clouds in the distance. At first, they thought it was another plane, but its movements felt as if it was some kind of a whale swimming in the clouds. But then the object came nearer, and boy was it some sight. It was a humanoid with completely bleached skin, and it was flying along the plane like Superman. So if you thought Superman only existed in comics, well, looks like you will need to change your mind now. Breaking the physics. Looks like this UFO didn't know about a passenger recording it while flying over the Appalachian Mountains in 2023. At first, it was headed towards the airplane, but then it blipped and appeared to the right in an instant. It blipped again and then was gone. Netizens identified this behavior as teleportation, and on our world, it is possible in science fiction stories only. But looks like this particular alien civilization has mastered this elusive craft already. Mysterious chaser. Flying peacefully over Tampa in January 2025, a passenger was jolted by an eerie scene in the window. An odd-looking aircraft was beside the plane. It was impossibly thin, with a green light guiding its way. It looked like it was struggling to keep up with the airplane, but also was not in any mood to give up chasing it. The passenger was obviously spooked out, but the flight ended without incident. However, it did not look like it was an alien craft, but was most probably a human-made drone flying on its test flight. But no matter who made it, its act of chasing the plane was clearly suspicious. Exposed by sunshine. Now, if this isn't a real alien craft, I don't know what else can be. A passenger captured this sight while flying over some clouds on his journey from New York to Washington in 2024. She shared the video on social media as soon as she landed. Now, there were some skeptics, but observing how the sunshine reflects from the UFO, which is on the same side as on the airplane, it can be surmised that this was definitely a real UFO. But whether it was alien or man-made is still a mystery. Primitive UFO flight. Usually UFOs seem to have been made of tech far more advanced than human capability. This one, however, looks like a primitive prototype. A video clip that was filmed and shared by a passenger aboard United Airlines showed a UFO-designed craft flying close at the same elevation as the plane, but leaving behind a huge trail of smoke. It is unsure if this indeed was some primitive UFO design, or just one that must have been severely damaged due to reasons unknown. Portal or a giant UFO?
No, back up.
In January 2025, a terrifying sight appeared over Wynwood, Florida. What is strange is that there was nothing about this incident on mainstream media. It was a huge mass of smoke giving out light up above in the sky. It is anyone's guess what created this phenomenon, and netizens had varying theories about it. Some said it was a portal to another dimension that was made by interdimensional beings.
Wow, holy cow.
But there were others who thought it was a gateway to hell. But given that the government hushed the incident up, can only lead to the conclusion that some alien tech made this, and the authorities don't want the public to know about it.
On the rear flank.
Oblong mystery. While flying over the Atlantic Ocean in a passenger aircraft in 2022, a passenger spotted a bizarre craft floating alongside them too. It was an oblong-shaped aircraft, and it was flying away from the passenger. It was flying over a cool and calm speed, as if it had done this before as well too. Netizens believe that just like our aircraft have regular routes around the world, so does it seem that the aliens have too, but this particular oblong spaceship was never spotted on this road again. Looks like it found out that it had been found. Blipped.
Oh shit. Whoa.
A tourist was flying over Nevada in 2022 in a passenger aircraft. He was headed to the Bahamas for some adventure. Little did he know he would find the adventure just outside the window. A UFO appeared outside the window out of nowhere, and then in the blink of an eye, it disappeared too, as if it just teleported somehow. The way these advanced alien civilizations' UFOs are behaving is unprecedented, and there is no way our technology can keep up with theirs in case of an alien invasion. Looks like we can only hope for the best. Damper effect.
Dad, move your hand.
In 2022, while flying over Florida, a passenger spotted something bizarre in the sky. Initially, it looked like a lone blue light orb hovering in the clouds at a distance from the plane. But a couple moments later, an ominous shape followed the light. It was a UFO that was probably hiding in the clouds and appeared like a monster rearing its head from behind a cover. When the passenger uploaded this video on social media, netizens were shocked they had never seen a UFO like this before.
Dad, move your hand.
Its whole shape wasn't visible, but just its front gave vibes of a creepy design. And to think that such ships are spying in our clouds really puts a damper on the mood. Not alone. A private flyer was drifting over some clouds above Louisiana in 2023. He didn't realize he wasn't alone till he saw this. A UFO hovering over a cloud in the distance just nosedived into the clouds in front of him. It clearly wasn't expected to be detected like this and vanished immediately. But what was it even doing there? Was it there for some kind of a reconnaissance mission, or was it just passing by? However, the reconnaissance part makes sense because UFOs have been known to behave in a similar manner in the past too. They have been observing us for quite some time now, and I can't wait to find out why. Doom rocket. 2025 has been the year of never-before-experienced sightings, as was proven once again by this eerie one. A group of hikers spotted a bizarre-looking UFO in South Carolina. It was longer than human-made rockets and bulged in the middle. There was a creepy-looking blue light traveling along the length of the craft.
That's weird. What the f*** is this in Little River, South Carolina? They're moving.
Its novel appearance proves only one thing: newer alien civilizations are approaching our Earth as time goes by, and it is anyone's guess what is their interest in our planet. We can only hope it was a tourist ship and not the advanced party of a military force. Chance sighting. In 2024, a bike rider driving through Minnesota heard some jets overhead. Being an avid fan of fighter jets, he stopped to make a video of them, but he couldn't believe his eyes when he spotted what was flying in the sky. It was an orb-shaped UFO flying at breakneck speed, and when it crossed above, two jets appeared behind it hot on its heels. Was it a secret military test flight, or were the jets chasing an alien UFO? Netizens had their 2 cents about it. According to UFO followers, this was an alien UFO, and maybe it was here just to test if human jets could catch up to it or not. Vanishing UFO. While hiking on a trail in Siskiyou Mountains in 2018, a group of hikers never expected to encounter this sight. An eerie-looking UFO was hovering in the valley above them. It was a dark object with attachments on top and beneath it. They looked weird, and that wasn't all. A few moments later, a circle of smoke appeared in front of it, and the UFO just vanished inside it. The internet went ballistic when it saw this video, and netizens couldn't hide their excitement. According to some of them, the craft was from a Type 2 civilization, but no one was sure of its reality. Solitary portal. While flying over a dam in Texas, a passenger aircraft witnessed a bizarre sight in 2024. It was a portal, and it was uncomfortably close. If the plane was off by just a few degrees, it would have flown into the portal and appeared God knows where. Maybe it would have been transported to another dimension, or to another planet for that matter, and the mystery of aliens would have been resolved instantly. That is exactly what the pilot thought and informed the authorities back at the base. But the authorities never replied back about the matter. Who knows, they might have just flown an unmanned aerial vehicle through the portal. Meteorite camo. When exploring a beach in New Zealand in 2025, a few beachgoers made an astounding discovery. At first, they thought they had found a massive meteorite, but then something unexpected happened. A red light began to glow on the side of the huge rock, and then it began to levitate. It was a UFO disguised as a meteorite stone, and makes you wonder how many UFOs are out there in our world posing as stones. And why are they hiding themselves like this? Their actions don't speak of well intentions. The swarm.
This is real life, real time.
What's even happening in Wynwood, Florida? The town was in the spotlight recently after a novel-looking UFO was spotted there. But in January 2025, the weirdness meter of the town went a few points higher after a resident there spotted this bizarre sight. What looks like a ball of smoke is actually a swarm of tiny UFOs. All of these are circling each other, very similar to a host of birds on our planet.
I'm so far away from this thing, and that thing is still huge.
Netizens were at a loss, trying to figure out what these were. They couldn't decide if these were tiny drones launched by aliens in our skies, or did these UFOs belong to tiny aliens that we don't know about yet. Intergalactic police.
Holy
Terror struck the residents of Nashville, Tennessee when a UFO visited the town in 2024. The way it was flashing its red lights made it look like it was a military or police craft. And who knows, there might be an intergalactic police force in the universe that has just discovered Earth. And maybe soon they begin to impose their laws on us too. But this time, the UFO didn't stay long. After terrorizing the people of Nashville, the ship flew away, leaving behind smoke. Malaysian shocker. 2018 saw a Malaysian village getting struck with terror. The video showed a black, grainy UFO gliding above a Malaysian village in the Kuala Krai district. Like the huge spaceship in Independence Day, it slowly made its way across the skyline. Villagers are heard crying out in amazement as it moves in closer. The video went viral in Malaysia, but the police quickly brushed the matter under the carpet, and we know by experience that when the authorities try to hide something, it is definitely something suspicious. Intergalactic ship. This is the end of the world if such crafts are appearing on Earth. In January 2023, a few beachgoers witnessed it off the coast of Florida. It was a spaceship that we had never seen. It was pristinely made and used unidentified rocket fuel that gave out blue fumes. It looked more like an advanced form of energy we don't know about yet. The ship looked like it had come from another galaxy or another universe even. Unlike our spaceships, the alien craft didn't need to accelerate fast. It just hovered above the ocean and gained altitude like a hot air balloon.
What is that? Hey, what is that?
Its size was something we can only imagine in science fiction books. Visit Arizona. Now this UFO looked like it had come for a walk in the park. An Arizona resident spotted it hovering above his home in 2024, and out of nowhere a portal appeared in front of the ship, and the alien craft just vanished inside it. The video sent shivers through netizens once it was uploaded on social media. If alien spaceships can so easily visit our Earth and then leave without leaving a trace, then what is there to stop them from a full-scale invasion? There is no way our military tech can match their advancements, and we can only pray they don't return. Secret tests. Recently, an old video from the Cold War era surfaced that created quite a buzz on the internet. An unidentified USS aircraft carrier was conducting exercises somewhere in the Atlantic Ocean, and there it encountered a weird-looking UFO. Netizens speculated upon the origins of this particular craft. While a few users called it an alien creation, the majority said that it was most probably created in Area 51, and that this was just a test run of the flying saucer. We would have sighed with relief about this test run if only the government wasn't so secretive about it, else who knows what even are they planning. Curious visitors. One thing is clear, the aliens are curious about us, as is evident from this weird encounter in 2019. A passenger was flying over New York when he sighted this bizarre incident. A UFO was checking out another airplane in the sky. The UFO first approached the plane and then sort of swiveled around it as if to get a good look. Did it find the plane fascinating or too backward? We will never know, as the UFO didn't stop to give any feedback and then vanished in the clouds above. Water skidding. A scientific expedition flying over the Arctic Ocean in 2023 found a strange craft over there. A flying saucer drifted just above the water surface and then took off into the air. What even was this mysterious ship? It was much smaller compared to other UFOs, but it could be an exploratory drone UFO because netizens have speculated that aliens are trying to build a hidden base somewhere on Earth, and this could just be another attempt to find the best spot for it. Drunken driver. Now drunk pilots fly UFOs too. Or at least that is what the netizens joked about when a passenger shared this video online in 2021. He was flying over Nevada when he spotted this odd UFO dancing in the skies. There seemed to have been some malfunction in the controls the way the UFO was moving. And it is quite possible too. But then came a twist in the story. The UFO just vanished. And human beings have yet to develop teleportation technology. Means this was an alien craft all along, and the dancing was probably just a hiccup before the teleportation. Alien scouts. They are hiding in the clouds, and they have the cloaking technology to do it too. But in 2023, a passenger spotted a UFO despite it being camouflaged. The UFO's shape spoke of a military background, and its existence in our skies isn't a light matter at all. These alien UFOs seem to be here on reconnaissance missions. They seem to be gauging our strength, and it seems like a full-scale alien invasion might be upon us sooner than we anticipate. Killeen sighting. In 2023, a resident of Killeen, Texas, uploaded a strange video on social media and asked if the object in it was a UFO. The object in question was bigger than any commercial aircraft and had a circular shape, but netizens were divided on the reality of the object. Some said it was definitely an alien UFO that was hiding in the clouds, but others said it was a military spy craft developed in Area 51. But if you ask me, it looked very alien. Well, what do you think about it then? Do let me know in the comments. In plain sight. Keep your eyes skyward because first contact is inevitable. If you don't believe me, then take a look at what happened in this unknown Florida town in 2022. A pedestrian walking to the market in the afternoon captured this strange sight. A disc-shaped UFO was taking off, leaving smoke behind it. That too in broad daylight. It looks like whichever alien civilization owns this spacecraft is not afraid of being sighted by mere humans. We can only hope they had come to make friends with us, because the alternative is too scary to imagine. UFO dogfight. And then the government says they don't know anything about UFOs. Just a year ago, citizens of San Diego saw an astonishing sight in the sky. An F-35 jet was chasing a UFO. It seemed as if the UFO was a bit too advanced for the jet, since it could clearly not keep up. A second video by another citizen shows the same. But as usual, there was nothing on mainstream media about it. This is clear proof that either the military has successfully engineered UFOs and is now even testing them alongside its conventional jets, or there's something far more suspicious going on up there. Ejected material. When a UFO was spotted ejecting unidentified material in California, the internet went wild with invasion theories. The video was made back in 2022, and social media users assumed the worst when they saw this. But they couldn't decide if it was some sort of liquid that was jettisoned by the UFO, or maybe it was just its trash that it just released in our skies. In both cases, it definitely wasn't beneficial to us, and maybe someone needs to teach these aliens about environment safety now. Light orbs. On July 7th, 2024, the skies over Nagpur, India lit up with an eerie phenomenon. It was so scary that the people there thought it was the end of the world or some sort of an unknown calamity. It looked like it was a group of small orbs chasing each other in a circle at high speeds. Or maybe these lights signified the edges of a huge spacecraft. Whatever the case was, the social media was abuzz with the news of this incident for the next few days. However, the government denied the claims of these being UFOs of some kind. They said it was just someone playing a prank with ground laser lights directed towards the clouds. Unintended consequences. So the government denies all existence of UFOs and isn't testing any UFO technology either, it says, but looks like it forgot using a covering cloth this time. In 2019, while conducting exercises in the Atlantic Ocean, the military forgot about hiding one of its UFOs. It was a triangular looking craft parked on the back of an aircraft carrier. For sure they had taken it there for testing and forgot about hiding it. Now the speculators might say it is just any ordinary aircrafts. So if it is, then why hasn't the government announced its existence to the world yet? False alarm. In 2019, an Indonesian citizen shared a video online that sent the internet into a frenzy. Netizens thought it was some advanced kind of UFO that was creating such havoc. If you observe, there is a ring-shaped object in the middle of the smoke, and people thought it was some UFO. However, sanity prevailed after a user pointed out the truth. The video was from a volcanic eruption in Mount Sinabung, so there was nothing to worry about, at least where alien invasions are concerned. Flying submarine. In 2024, residents in a French town witnessed something that was both spectacular and scary at the same time. It was a UFO alright, but it was the size of a car and the shape of a submarine. What's more is that it was emitting eerie-looking red pulses at a fast speed. I have never seen such a UFO before in my life, and I am sure neither have you. I just can't get my head around a submarine-shaped thing flying in the sky, but it definitely has happened, and I have no idea why these aliens are sending laser pulses in our skies. But it is better to be careful all the same, and keep your distance. Camouflaged UFO. While flying over the clouds in Chile in 2024, a passenger spotted something that just didn't look like a cloud. It was shaped like a flying saucer, and it was detached from the rest of the clouds. We know that UFOs can use cloaking technology to hide themselves in the clouds, and I bet that this was a UFO as well. When the passenger uploaded the video on social media, netizens too remarked that this was probably the best camouflaged UFO that they had ever seen. Unexpected guest. Now, this resident in Colorado was just having some good time on his porch in 2023, but a completely unexpected guest decided to disturb him. A tank-sized UFO appeared from the sky and dashed below to just a few feet above the resident. And then from there, it just sort of teleported. Netizens were freaked out when they saw this video on social media. They said the craft clearly looked like a military one, and its appearance on our planet clearly didn't mean well for us. Let's hope they are wrong and the UFO just visited us by mistake. Orby Chase. Who would have thought that even a little light was enough to give one the jeepers? But that is exactly what happened in 2019 with this airplane flying over Florida. As the plane flew through the sky, an orb of light began chasing it, and approached it easily too. It looked as if the orb was trying to get a close view of the plane and take a peek inside the windows too. Was this some new kind of UFO technology? However, netizens had another view about it. According to them, it was some kind of exploratory drone sent by aliens to explore our world and the technology within it. Octopussy UFOs. So now we know how UFOs are able to always stay out of sight. They don't just hide behind the clouds. They make the clouds themselves too when needed. In 2024, an old video resurfaced from an anonymous user in China. This old-looking UFO flew in the sky without doing anything special at first, but then when it reached a height, it began producing clouds to hide behind them, much like a squid dispersing purple color in the water to hide itself. But next time when you see clouds in the sky, do remember that some of them might just have been made by a UFO. Chasing UFO. In 2024, while on a flight between the USA and UK, a passenger noticed a bizarre object floating alongside the airplane. It did look like a cloud, but it had numerous limbs on its main body. When netizens saw the video online, they were of the opinion that it was an alien craft cloaked in a cloud, but looks like the aliens didn't know what a cloud looked like. Or maybe some fault in the force field around the craft resulted in the cloak taking this weird shape. It makes me wonder, what if the last time I saw a cloud in the sky was actually an alien ship? Cloud Drifter. While on a plane in China in 2021, a passenger found an unlikely companion just outside the window. It was a small car-sized UFO that was drifting along the plane. You could very well say the UFO was trying to make contact, or it was just curious at the sight of the flying craft in front of it that would have looked weird to it too. But as they say that all good things come to an end, and this silent union ended too as the UFO drifted away into the clouds. Lost Chopper. In August 2024, an anonymous source leaked a video on the internet that had a really disturbing story. While on exercise in the Nevada desert in the 80s, an army pilot realized something eerie. It was frozen to the spot, and the pilot had no idea how it happened. However, the other pilot understood the problem soon after and began streaming a video to their base. Soon they saw that a UFO was approaching the group of helicopters, and by the looks of it, the UFO had used some tech to freeze both the helicopters to a spot. And that was the end of the video stream, as nothing was heard about the helicopters after that. Hide and seek. In 2019, a passenger was traveling to the Andes looking for adventure. Little did he know he would find adventure on the way too. While the plane was flying over some snow-capped mountains, the passenger noticed something disturbing. A scary-looking UFO was floating beside the airplane. By the looks of it, it had just come out of the clouds too. Maybe it didn't know that it had been exposed yet and had been hiding in the clouds before this. Makes one wonder how many other UFOs are hiding above our clouds right now, and what are their intentions in being hidden as such? Open discussion. UFO sightings are increasing day by day, and today's open discussion is about a huge UFO captured by a passenger. It was trying to hide in the clouds, but could not because of the yellow lights that made it glow in the sky. And it had the basic disc shape, but then after a day it was seen again in the sky of Florida. This time it was emitting smoke, and again its lower side was glowing with yellow lights. This was seen in many areas of Florida that added to its authenticity, and the lighting and glow looked like the UFO was sending signals to someone, or was communicating with their partners in the form of these lights, but whatever it was, it looked real and not understandable to humans. What do you think it was doing? Do let me know your take in the comments below.